Okay, looks like I am live. Great. Well, Justin Trudeau has just resigned, so I am going to share this little live video with you guys.
Next question. We got elected in 2015 to fight for the middle class, and that's exactly what we've done over the past years. We reduced the taxes, we increased the benefits to families, we made sure the economy was focused on working for everyone and not just a few, and that has changed. That has dropped poverty rates in Canada, that has brought more people into the workforce, that has moved us forward on reconciliation in a way that has deeply improved the opportunities and success of Canadians, despite the incredibly difficult times the world is going through right now. There's lots more work to be done, and I know that this party and this country and Canadians will keep doing it. If I have one regret, particularly as we approach this election, well, there are probably many regrets that I will think of, but I do wish that we've been able to change the way we elect our governments in this country so that people could simply choose a second choice or a third choice on the same ballot, so that parties would spend more time trying to be people's second or third choices, and people would have been looking for things they have in common instead of trying to polarize and divide Canadians against each other. I think in this time, figuring out how to pull together and find common ground remains something that is really important for democracies, but I could not change unilaterally without support of other parties our electoral system. That wouldn't have been possible.
Prochaine question. Tanda Charles, Toronto Star. Prime Minister, up until 3 weeks ago, you were intending to stay, and it seems that the event 3 weeks ago of Ms. Freeland coming out and saying you were firing her as your finance minister was the catalyst that brought us here today. So can you explain your side of what happened there?
Chrystia has been by my side for close to 10 years now. She has been an incredible political partner through just about everything we have done as a government and as a party over the past decade. I had really hoped that she would agree to continue as my deputy prime minister and take on one of the most important files that not just this government, but this country is facing, but she chose otherwise. In regards to what actually happened, I am not someone who's in the habit.
Hey, Trump Republican, I agree with your sentiment, but it's just the word that you used in there. Unfortunately, you know how YouTube is with the censor stuff. That's why I had to remove your message. Nothing personal. Yeah, so we are watching Justin Trudeau resign. It is a wonderful, wonderful day for Canada. Wow, it's just like the Trump freedom train, and just that energy is just spreading throughout the whole entire world. And it is good to see. I can't ever forget what he did to the truckers during their protests and taking away people's ability to bank and access their bank accounts and their money. He has just been a complete and total and utter just woke tyrant, and it is nice to see him fall. And it looks like their Conservative Party is just going to completely sweep and just take over things. And thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Habit of sharing private conversations. Chrystia a été depuis presque 10 ans maintenant à mes côtés.
And he's saying something in French right now, so I'm going to turn that down. But this lickster says, I live in Canada. When he's gone, Canada will have the biggest party in history. Can't wait. I'll bet. This guy has been awful, just absolutely awful.
Un des dossiers les plus importants auxquels les Canadiens et notre gouvernement va faire face dans les mois à venir, d'ici les prochaines élections. Mais elle n'a pas voulu. Mais par rapport aux détails, je ne suis pas quelqu'un qui partage les détails de conversations privées.
You spoke about the Liberal Party as an institution and the internal battles right now, but I'm wondering if you feel that another leader will have more success than you will at beating Pierre Poilievre in the next campaign?
Pierre Poilievre's vision for this country is not the right one for Canadians. Stopping the fight against climate change doesn't make sense. Backing off on the values and strength in diversity that Canada has always worked to pull itself together on is not the right path for the country. Attacking journalists, the CBC institutions, that's not what Canadians need in this moment. We need an ambitious, optimistic view of the future, and Pierre Poilievre is not offering that. And I look forward to the fight as progressives across this country stand up for the kind of vision for a better country that Canadians have always carried, despite the tremendous pressures around the world to think smaller, to veer towards the hard right, and to be less ambitious for what we can be and do as a country when the world really needs Canada.
That's not an answer though. Yes or no? Is there another leader that could be?
Absolutely.
Sur le leader?
Oui.
Pierre Poilievre.
Pierre Poilievre a une vision.
Okay, well, they're doing the French stuff again. I have to ask you, Slickster, since you're from Canada, how would you feel about becoming the 51st state? I mean, you guys would get freedom of speech. You don't have that, right? I mean, there are some bonuses. Free speech, more 2A. Slickster says, Trudeau cares more about his colorful socks than the people. Yes, I would most definitely agree with that. This is another one of these egotistic, narcissistic megalomaniacs. Oh, it is just so sweet to watch somebody like this tumble and fall from power and relevance. Yes, yes, America is very happy for Canada, but we would be happier if you were number 51, as long as you vote conservative. All right, Lori says, hi, finally getting rid of the woke Canada destroyer, just like us. Good for them. He's terrified of Trump and he knows it won't be good for him. It's called karma. Love it. She is laughing, emojiing all over the place. Ruckus says it seems like a win for Canada. And yes, Miss Fitty says, Slickster, we are very happy for Canada. Slickster says, I live in Alberta. Yes, this province would love to be part of the U.S. Yay! Yes! Yes, we would love to have you. We would absolutely love to have you. Like I said, just as long as you guys vote the right way. So that'd be so awesome, though. Let's see if he's speaking English again.
Devoir retester la confiance de la Chambre dès le mois de mars in a way that is entirely in keeping with all the principles of democracy and the workings of our strong institutions.
Mais avec respect, M. Trudeau, y a-t-il pas quelque chose un peu antidémocratique de suspendre la possibilité du Parlement d'exprimer sa non-confiance? Je parle de votre parti.
No good. Sorry, guys, I don't speak French.
Est-ce qu'il ne
a besoin de se calmer un peu les pompons, va mener le parti dans les prochaines élections. La polarisation qu'on voit actuellement au Parlement devrait aussi se calmer un petit peu. Les Canadiens ont besoin d'un Parlement qui fonctionne, particulièrement dans ce moment complexe. Et ces deux éléments vont représenter le...
I mean, I know a little like voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? You know, little Lady Marmalade. That's all. That's about it. That's the extent of my French. Bonjour.
Parliamentary press gallery and anyone who's been watching politics
Je m'appelle
over the past months.
Dawn Marie.
Parliament has been entirely seized by obstruction and filibustering and a total lack of productivity over the past few months. We are right now the longest serving minority government in history, and it's time for a reset. It's time for the temperature to come down, for the people to have a fresh start in Parliament, to be able to navigate through these complex times, both domestically and internationally. And the reset that we have is actually two parts. One is the prorogation, but the other part is recognizing that removing me from the equation as the leader who will fight the next election for the Liberal Party should also decrease the level of polarization that we're seeing right now in the House and in Canadian politics, and allow people to actually focus on serving Canadians in this House and with their work the way Canadians deserve.
On va prendre une dernière question.
Good morning, Prime Minister Stephanie Taylor with the National Post. Given, as you just said, there's going to be confidence votes in March, opposition parties have said they are prepared to bring down your government. What kind of chances do you think you are leaving to your successor, given that there will only be mere weeks for them to introduce themselves to Canadians before heading into an election, potentially?
I have a tremendous amount of confidence in both Canadians and in parliamentarians' interest in serving Canadians in the right way. We're in a minority government right now, and there hasn't been an active leadership in a minority government in more than 50 years in this country. And there is always going to be the challenge of having a leadership race while a parliament would face confidence votes in the course of delivering supply to the government. So this is something that we're going to navigate through, but I truly feel that removing the contention around my own continued leadership is an opportunity to bring the temperature down, have a government that will focus on the complex issues that are coming forward in the coming months, while the party gets to have a full national process that brings in people from right across the country and makes a determination about the best person to carry the progressive liberal standard into the next election.
Can you clarify whether ministers who would like to campaign for your job will have to step out of cabinet? And how can the Liberal government be in a position to protect Canadian businesses and Canadians from the threat of tariffs from incoming President Donald Trump when members of the government are going to be focused on who's going to be taking your job?
The government will still, and the cabinet will still be very much focused on doing the job that Canadians elected us to do in 2021, which is fight for their interests, stand up for their well-being, and make sure that they are good and that Canadians are protected and strong. There will be a leadership process and the rules will unfold over the coming weeks, but I can assure you that the tools and the need to stand up for Canadians, to protect Canadians in their interests and continue to fight for the economy is something that everyone in this government will be singularly focused on. Je peux souligner que, évidemment, les règles et les conditions du leadership du Parti libéral vont être discutées dans les semaines à venir, mais le gouvernement qui a été élu pour protéger les Canadiens et leurs intérêts dans un monde très complexe, qui a été élu le plus récemment en 2021, va continuer ce travail avec...
All right, he's doing the French again. So Jason Adams says, FAFO from our neighbors from the north. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love seeing this type of accountability. It is amazing. What a great day. Oh. All right. Looks like that is it. Let me stop the share. Okay, so let me move, change screens. I can leave this over here. No, that's fine. Okay, Alan J. Mackey says, keep up your videos. We love them and you. Oh, thank you guys. I have to thank you guys so much for all of the love and support. I can't believe I have broken 20,000 subscribers. For me, that was a special number. Like, that was the number in my head where once I reached it, I would feel like, oh my gosh, I'm a real YouTuber now. And I could not have done it without you guys' support and your love. And it means so much to me. I've been thinking about, instead of doing just the straight up reactions, like I've been doing the compilations, maybe trying my hand at something that's more news like, still having some woke TikToks in there, but reporting the news. I noticed that my videos aren't reaching like they used to. I don't know if it's just because maybe people are getting burnt out on the style of video that I'm doing, but I don't know. I'm a creative, like artsy type, and I'm always doing different things, and I'm always going to be trying things out on this channel. So the most that I can guarantee is that I'm going to give it my best. Okay, I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to try to be entertaining. From time to time, I like to bring in things, like if you've seen a lot of my videos, you'll see sometimes I have puppets, I've done animation. I have a whole bunch of different channels that you guys have probably never seen. There's probably only one or two of you who have been with me through all of my different iterations on all of my different channels. But I have a bit of ADD. I like doing all kinds of different things. I also like the funny colored hair. I know I like making fun of people that look like they fell in paint, but I also from time to time I fall in paint myself. So this is like the tamest hair color scheme that I can have, and it hurts me. It hurts me a little bit. I die a little bit inside, not being just a weird, colorful individual. Let's see if I can give you any other stuff that's going on here. I don't know. I've got just so much and so many ideas for the future and where I would like to take this channel. Slickster says, I rock. Thank you, Slickster. You rock as well. Uh-oh, somebody says no volume. Let me see if I can hear myself. As well. Uh-oh. Okay, now I can hear myself coming through the live stream. I don't know. Can other people hear me? All right, the Slickster can hear me just fine, so I can keep going, but I'm not going to go too much longer, I guess, because I am late for a class. Oh, and I'm saying I shouldn't say saying is bad. So I guess I'll just sign off then. Thanks for coming in. I know it was wonderful celebrating this great and wonderful historic moment with all of you. It meant even more to have a real live Canadian here. That was totally awesome. Like I said, once again, thank you for all the support. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.